My today's topic is bioenergetics. Pharmaceutical biochemistry BP 203 T Unit 4th Bioenergetics B Pharma 2nd Sem. The study of energy in living system, environments and the organism, plant and animal that utilize them. Energy required by all organisms made by kinetics or potential energy. Kinetic energy, energy of motion and heat and light energy are example. Potential energy, energy of position includes energy stored in chemical bonds. Bioenergetics is the part of biochemistry connected with the energy involved in making and breaking of chemical bonds in the molecules found in biological organisms. Growth, development and metabolism are some of the central phenomena in the study of biological organism. The role of energy is fundamental to such biological process. The ability to harness energy from a variety of metabolism pathway is a property of all living organism. Life is dependent on energy transformation. Living organism because of exchange of energy within or without. In a living organism, chemical bonds are broken and made as part of the exchange and transmission of energy. Energy is available for work such as mechanical works or for other processes such as chemical synthesis and anabolic process in growth. When weak bonds are broken and stronger bonds are made, the production of stronger bonds allow release of usable energy. It is the quantitative study of the energy transduction that occurs in living cell and of the nature and function of the chemical process underlying this transduction. Law of thermodynamics. Law of thermodynamics. The law of thermodynamics are important using principle of biology. This principle grown the chemical process. Metabolism is all biological organism. The first law of thermodynamics, also known as the law of conservation of energy, states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It may change from one form to another, but the energy is a closed system remains consistent. In any physical or chemical changes, the total amount of energy in the universe remains consistent. The form of energy may change. The second law of thermodynamics states that when energy is transformed, law of entropy, there will be less energy available at the end of the transfer process than at the beginning due to entropy, which is the measure of disorder in a closed system. All of the available energy will not be useful to the organism. Entropy increases as energy is transferred. In all nutritional process, the entropy of the universe increases. ATP, energy for cell. Before cell can use the energy of sunlight or energy stored in carbohydrates, they must transfer the energy to molecules of ATP. ATP is composed of adenine, ribose and 3 phosphates groups. ATP transfer energy the many different chemical reaction. Almost all metabolic pathways directly or indirectly run on energy supplied by ATP. In human cell, cellular respiration release energy from energy rich organic molecules and change ADP into ATP. Aerobic respiration is the main ATP producing pathway. Anaerobic respiration produce much less ATP, can only be used for short period of time, such as in muscles axis. It provides a common energy currency that can be used in many different type of reaction. When ATP becomes ADP plus P, the amount of energy released is just about enough for the biological purpose, and so little energy wasted. Best ATP breakdown is coupled to reaction is such as way that in minimize energy loss. Initial breakdown of glucose glycolysis reaction occurs in the cytoplasm, liquid stuff outside the nucleus, and result in the breakdown of glucose to pyruvate. A small amount of ATP are generated. Glucose is first phosphorylated in energy requiring step, the split from two molecules of PGAL. By substrate level phosphorylation 4 ATP are produced, but because 2 ATP were used previously, there is a net gain of only 2 ATP. Enzymes remove H plus and electrons from PGAL to change NAD to NADH, which is used later in oxidative phosphorylation. The end product of glycolysis are 2 pyruvate, 2 ATP net gain, and 2 NADH for each glucose molecules degraded. The actual ATP synthesis is accomplished when hydrogen ions that have been pumped out of the inner mitochondrial compartment flow back through a channel proteins called ATP synthesis. Oxygen joins with the spent electrons and H plus to yield water. The production of ATP is completely depend on the supply of oxygen that withdraw the electron at the end of the transport system. ATP production, the ADP and ATP cycle. The ADP and ATP cycle is a method for renewing the supply of ATP that is consistently being used up in the cell. Energy input couples inorganic phosphate to ADP to form energized ATP. ATP production, alternative energy source, carbohydrate, lipids and proteins. The chemical work supply energy needed to synthesize micromolecules that make up the cell. Transport work supplies the energy needed to pump substance across the plasma membrane. Mechanical work supply the energy needed to permitted muscles to contract and flagella to beat chromosome. Thank you.